September the 17th, 2019. Guys, excuse the voice. It's got a head cold for the last couple of days. It's hot and dusty here, humid. Anyway, Humberto is now a Cat 2 at 100-mile-per-hour winds. At 111, it will become a Cat 3, and it is projected to be that way. The general direction is east by northeast at 8 miles an hour. Now, this storm in the Atlantic, disturbance number 1, says it's become a little better organized this morning, and conditions are expected to be conducive for the formation of a tropical depression during the next day or so while the system moves west. Now, friends in Texas, you may be getting some floods from the small system we've been watching drift across the Gulf of Mexico. 30% chance. Houston, you're already, it looks like on radar you're getting a lot of rain starting to, and more than likely a good bit of the Texas coast and part of southwestern Louisiana could get some of this rain, possibly some flash flooding conditions. Some reports are over 10 inches. Now, but if it's like here, we could use some of that moisture. Here is Humberto. It is moving to the right and top of this screen to the north-northeast. Now, you guys out in North Carolina, you may be getting a little breeze from some of these outer wind bands. But this storm is going through what's called recycling. You're starting to see that eye form. It will collapse, usually in the middle of the night without the heat of the sun on top of these clouds. But it more than likely is starting to regenerate and become a Cat 3. Here you've got the Gulf system and the top left, and in the center was the tropical system disturbance number 1. Now, this system has always been, they've been watching it because it had low pressure circulation. It's starting to pull this moisture up. Check this out as the video goes back live. And that's what's going to get you. You're already getting some moisture, but it's kind of like it's a low pressure system, and it's pulling everything around it into it. So, Texas, be careful. We know how that flooding can get in that area. Here's your infrared images. And don't forget, as we go through the heat of the day, your chances of this increasing are very high. But it's the low pressure system. Now, here's your models as of 9:30 a.m. Everything is pretty much aligned, and then we start seeing the Canadian model and a few other models turn hard left and head towards Halifax. Then they're caught up in another high pressure system and pulled out into the Atlantic. It's just a few days out. So all you can do is keep an eye on it. It's a very powerful storm, and maybe this is all we'll have to deal with it. Now, the TABD model in this particular one shows in the purple line it getting closer to Halifax. Now, it will be more than likely be downgraded to a Category 2 by then, but we'll be watching it again. For all my friends in Texas and Louisiana, guys, keep an eye on low-lying areas and the flooding. You know what can happen with these even the small tropical systems, especially when it's starting to pull that much moisture off the Gulf of Mexico. Now, guys, do me a favor and go to our website at BPEarthWatch.com. Check out the survival food specials. Each day, My Patriot Supply gives us exclusive discounts on certain items. And we have the Alexa Pure Water Filter, number 1 in the world. And 12-month interest-free financing. You can really prep for your family. Think about it. It's a heads up. Be safe.